Imagine your own sister dragging you into court for something you didn't even do, smiling as she tries to destroy your life. Now imagine walking back into her office months later, not as her victim, but as her new boss. That's my story. And trust me, revenge never tasted sweeter. If you've ever been betrayed by someone close to you and wished for justice, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around. Because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. I never thought family could turn into an enemy. My older sister, Claire, had always been the golden child. The type who walked into a room and expected the world to bend around her. Growing up, my parents compared me to her constantly, her grades, her beauty, her ambition. But what Claire had in charm, she lacked in ethics. She was manipulative. She wanted control. And she especially wanted control of our family business, a small but growing marketing firm our parents started from scratch. I didn't care about the spotlight. I was the quiet one, the problem solver, the one who worked behind the scenes. But that made me a threat to Claire. Because while she was the face of the company, I was the one actually keeping the gears running. And she hated that. One afternoon, I was blindsided. A sheriff showed up at my apartment door, papers in hand. I was being sued. By my own sister. She accused me of embezzlement. Claimed I had stolen thousands from the company. My stomach dropped. I hadn't touched a dime. But she had evidence, fabricated spreadsheets, forged signatures. In that moment, my body went cold. My hands shook as I read the accusations. She wasn't just trying to push me out of the company, she was trying to destroy me completely. I remember standing in front of the mirror that night, my face pale, whispering, "Why? Why would you do this to me?" The case dragged into court. Claire strutted in wearing designer suits, fake tears welling up at all the right moments. She painted herself as the victim, the hard-working sister betrayed by the jealous younger brother. And me? I sat there humiliated, watching old colleagues and family friends glare at me like I was a thief. Every time she smirked across the courtroom, my chest burned. But here's the thing about being underestimated, it gives you time to think. To plan. Because while she was busy performing, I was digging. Late nights, I pored over old records, bank statements, and emails. Something didn't add up. Then I found it, tiny discrepancies in her personal accounts. Payments shifted, invoices altered. It hit me like lightning, she had framed me using her own financial manipulation. I took it to my lawyer. At first, even he raised an eyebrow, "This is risky." But once he reviewed everything, his face shifted. "You might actually turn this around." Court became a battlefield. Her lawyer sneered at me, convinced I was some clueless underdog. But when my lawyer presented the evidence, Claire's forged documents, the trail leading back to her, her confident mask cracked. For the first time, she looked nervous. The judge dismissed her case. Not only that, Claire was ordered to pay my legal fees. She stormed out of the courtroom, eyes darting away from mine, jaw tight. For most people, that would have been enough. But not for me. Because this wasn't just about clearing my name. This was about showing her that betrayal has consequences. Here's where the poetic justice comes in. See, while Claire had been busy burning bridges with her lawsuit, she'd made enemies. Clients left. Investors grew uneasy. Morale tanked. Meanwhile, I've quietly built connections. Some of those very same clients reached out to me privately, whispering, "If you ever start something on your own, we'd follow you." So I did. With a small team, I launched a rival firm. At first, Claire laughed it off. She called me a bitter little parasite in front of mutual contacts. But within 6 months, our numbers skyrocketed. Why? Because I knew how the business really worked. I treated clients with respect. I built trust. And then came the knockout blow. One of her major investors, the one keeping her afloat, jumped ship to mine. That was the crack that broke the dam. Within a year, Claire's company was bleeding money. And when it went up for acquisition? Guess who swooped in and bought it? Me. I'll never forget the day I walked into her old office, the same one where she once stood laughing about my career being over. She was there, packing her things. Her face went pale when she saw me. You, she spat. I smiled. Me. The silence was delicious. She wanted to scream, but what could she say? She'd tried to bury me, and now I owned everything she once controlled. That moment, it wasn't just victory. It was freedom. Betrayal cuts the deepest when it comes from family. But it also teaches you something powerful. People who play dirty may win battles, but they rarely win wars. And sometimes, the sweetest justice isn't just surviving, it's thriving in the very place they tried to destroy you. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and let me know in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories like this, because trust me, we're just getting started.